All right, here's the big test. We'll turn it on and have a look and a listen. So here goes nothing. Uh-oh. I'm Mike Dimas, and this is Pinball Shenanigans. All right, back in the basement for another episode. What is this, number 5, I think now? So, if you haven't been watching, I'll do a brief summary of what I've done so far. After bringing the machine down, I gave the very crusty cabinet a good wipe down, inside and out, and I sent out all the circuit boards for repair, reinstalled them, reconnected everything. I got my very crusty gun handles chromed out, which are looking pretty sexy, if you don't mind me saying. And spent 3 or 4 hours reassembling and refitting everything and making it all work. And what else have I done? That's pretty much it. A little kind of testing here and there. So I think the plan for today is to basically address any issues. I know that this vertical up kicker switch isn't working, and there's something going on with the quote-unquote elevator mech, which I'm not sure what that is all about yet. So before I tear this apart for a shop job and LEDing, I already did the back box, I would like to fix those issues, kind of just get it playing like close to 100%, and then I can tear it apart. So I think that's the plan for tonight. Oh, and thanks for everybody who reached out on Pinball Repair Help Group and the YouTubes, because I was asking about this old cord that I have. It's like way thicker than the brand new cord I installed. I guess this is a 16 gauge, and it is the recommended gauge. And what I put in the machine in place of that is 18 gauge, which is a little thinner. So it turns out a couple different people, Eden Stam and someone else, had some resetting issues on their WPC machine. And they went through exhaustive board repair stuffs to try and sort it out. Only to find out that changing a crappy power cord was the solution to the problem. So I never knew that. That's very clutch information. If you have a machine that's resetting and you've tried to repair the boards and it's still resetting, check your power cord. So what I'm going to do is rescue this cord. I'm going to cut off the end, put on a new one, clean up this very crusty cord, and then reuse it. Get rid of this tape, and then get rid of the 16 gauge that I have on there, and put on this 18 gauge, just so I can sleep at night knowing that won't be the cause of any resetting issues. So I'll start with that. I'll mess around with switch test. I do not have any credit dots, so the machine doesn't recognize that there are any issues at the moment, but there clearly are, so I'm gonna have to sort that out. Just on a quick side note, it's like, I don't know what this is supposed to be exactly. This whole area here, is that supposed to be buildings or part of a crane or whatever that is? I think I've seen that lit up before in the past, and I think I would like to do that. That's getting way ahead of myself. Also, some art blades would be pretty friggin' sweet on this thing, so I'm gonna have to look that up too. But again, I'm getting ahead of myself because I'm just excited about this project. So I'm going to bring you along. We're going to try and sort out some issues on this machine and get to work. Alright, just for fun, let's have a look at the before scenario. I found this, my electronics bin. We'll repurpose that. Missing ground pin. We've got tape. We've got zip tie. We've got generic filth and disgust. We've got twist tie, duct tape, and yeah, let's see if I can make this look a lot better. Boom, there we go. That's much better. New bracket, used, closing bracket, plug end, cleaned up cord, got rid of all the extra gunk, and Bob is now our uncle. I think he's been our uncle for a long time now, actually. Alright, put in the new plug. Let's see if things still work. Pretty straightforward. Pretty hard to screw that up, but you know, this is Pinball Shenanigans, so anything can happen, really. Okay, back in business. So, time to address this vertical up kicker. Alright, so put the machine in switch test. Got myself a ball. And there's a little subway here. The ball's going to travel from here to here. And I'm pretty sure there's an opto that should sense the ball. And let's see what happens when I drop it in there. Okay. Maybe it is just a dirty opto and needs to be cleaned. So let me go ahead and do that. And we can test it again. Okay, here's the vertical up kicker. There's the opto on one side, opto on the other side, and then there's a handy dandy connector right here. So I think what I'm going to do is just remove the 4 screws, the connector, and put it on the bench, give it a good cleaning, and reflow the wires onto the solder pads, because this black one looks just a little sus. But yeah, we'll get that all tidied up. Alright, I have dealt with this opto set, cleaned the transmitter and receiver with some rubbing alcohol and a Q-tip, and then I removed all the old solder and added new solder to these wires. So this should be 100%. There's really not much more I can do to this thing other than replace it. So I'll throw it in the machine and see if it works consistently. I mean, maybe it was just some weird anomaly. I mean, but I don't like anomalies. I want things to either work or not work. I don't want something halfway in between. What is this? Is that like some hot glue or something? Yeah. Looks like hot glue, I think. Just to hold the plastic pieces on the boards a little more firmly. Okay, no biggie there. We'll install this and test her out. Alright, I got the optos reinstalled. And in a previous episode, I lost a fuse somewhere in the playfield. I still haven't recovered that yet, so I wonder if by chance maybe the fuse fell in here somewhere and caused the intermittent issue. On a second side note here, these welds look factory. Is this somebody's repair or is this original? I'm gonna have to refer to some photos. I mean, might be fine, might be original. It probably is original, but looks like some kind of iffy welds there. I don't know, that doesn't look all that factory to me. Anyway, I got it in switch test. Should be able to hear a beep if this works. I'm just gonna put the plunger through the optos and see what we got, okay? I'll check out this here. bottom popper. Well, I think we're good, so I'll move on to something else now. Okay, just checking the Internet Pinball database, and that trough with the sketchy welds does look factory, so I think that is nothing to be concerned about. Okay, check this out. I'll have to give a shout out to the dude who posted this video, but listen to this.
All of a sudden, the elevator right here at the cryo claw started malfunctioning. It would go up, but then it would slow down, and you could really hear that it was struggling. So it would go up, and then it would slow down, and eventually it got stuck.
So this guy had what appears to be the exact same issue that I'm having on my elevator, and it's Pinball Freund, Pinball Freund 333. So he goes on to explain how he fixed it. I haven't checked that out yet, but this video is perfect, so thank you, Pinball Freund, for posting this. And just for fun, I'm going to play this video just a little bit more because then you can see what it's supposed to look like.
And eventually it got stuck, and then there was an error message. So I managed to fix it right now, just to show you how it works.
Loud AF. But see how nice and smooth and fast that was flowing? That's what I need to figure out how to get mine to do. So I'll watch this video and then go to work on that. Okay, I watched the video, and Pinball Friend was able to fix his issue. It was basically a gummed up joint between the arms that are attached to the gears, and hopefully that is all it is. So I think he said that I just need to remove those two connectors, and then we got to go to the back of the playfield. Okay, let's have a look back here. See how this is mounted. 4 screws. One of Pinball Friend's screws was missing and the other couple looked loose, but mine all appear to be there. So in theory, if I just remove those screws, this whole thing should come free. So I'm going to give that a try and then head over to the bench. Okay, so I removed the 4 screws, tried to wiggle it out, but turns out this screw here is holding me up, so there's at least that screw to go. Okay, so I don't think I'm fully disconnected. I think I got to disconnect the optos. I'm not sure where they're at yet, so I'm just kind of snooping around, and look what I found. So wire here, that looks like part of a lead to this diode, and then there's some other stuff going on here. I think that might be another diode mushed in there. So anybody want to explain to me WTF is going on here? I think this red and black wire, these red and black wires might be an add-on. Someone was possibly trying to add some lighting to the back or something, but this is something that is going on the to-do list, obviously. So I just discovered that. Now I got to figure out how to disconnect these optos. Okay, I found the other connectors, or at least one. So this hole in the back of the playfield right here, there's like 3 or 4 different connectors coming out of there. pretty sure this one is an opto. I'm not sure about the other ones, maybe this one. So I kind of mark these up. So I'm going to disconnect a few of these, and I'm pretty sure once I do that, I will be free and clear. Okay, so as predicted, this is a royal pain in the butt. You got one opto feeding off of this side of the plastic, the other opto feeding around. Just got to try and remember how to put all this back together again, but I'm just not having a whole lot of luck. So I think I've got this mech sort of just resting here semi-comfortably, and I think I'm just going to remove these screws to the optos, and then I don't have to worry about feeding everything back exactly the way it came. I'll just have to deal with unscrewing and rescrewing this mech once I've got it all figured out, hopefully. Yeah, so all these extra shenanigans were not in that video, so I'm just kind of figuring it out as I go here. So I'm going to remove the optos, and then I will be free and clear. Okay, so I've got the optos removed, and I'm still attached to something, but by the weirdest thing. Check out the motor. It's got your typical red and black wire, but it also has a couple extra wires attached to it. And that feeds all the way around and right to here. So what is going on with this? Is this some weird, potentially cool mod where when the elevator goes up, it does some sort of light show or something? Anyway, that is still friggin' connected. Can I remove everything yet? Okay, I better do this with two hands here. Well, is this connector good to go? I thought I was free. Damn it. I feel like one more connector holding me back. But almost there. Okay, I was actually free and clear, but this connector was just getting hung up on some other wires. So this should do it. All right. Royal pain in the butt. Probably could have waited till I had the top side of the playfield stripped to make life a little bit easier. But who is savvy enough to know what the heck this is supposed to be? It's got to be some weird lighting effect, I'm guessing, right? Anyway, we're on the bench. That is success. And I'm really, really hoping that the issue is the same one that Pinball Friend had, which is gummy joints right here. This was the main gummy joint. So hopefully it's not this motor or the gearbox. So I'm gonna take this apart, just a couple screws so I can get at the bendy parts there and see if they are gummed up. I'm just too curious about this. I needed to investigate further. So I loosened off these screws and look what I found. A couple holes in the back panel there, and I think those are possibly LEDs. Maybe old school. There's no way that those would be optos. That just wouldn't make any sense. So yeah, here we go. Look at that. Someone tried to add some extra lighting, I guess. Very interesting. Well, since this is all add-on and not really tied into anything, it should just be very simple to undo all this crap and get rid of it entirely. Okay, check this out. So I disconnected, well, I've just unplugged the LEDs from the holes basically and chased it back to here. Here you got a hack in for the black wire and another hack in for the red wire. into this original connector. So yeah, there's that. So it would have been kind of cool to see what it actually did, but I don't know that it was still functional because the diode looked like it was broken. It was very interesting. I guess the motor is 12 volts, and they just made it so that when the motor activated, the 12 volts would run to the LEDs and the LEDs would light up. So probably a fairly cool mod, but it's a little too old school and hacky for me, so I am going to undo it all. Okay, unfortunately, it's not as simple as cleaning the joints here, because as you can see, that turns very freely. So that does not appear to be the issue. The motor does turn, and I don't think you're probably supposed to turn it by hand, but I mean, it might be a little stiffer than what I saw in Pinball Friend's video, so I might have to refer back to his video. See how easily the motor moved for him, because it seems a little bit stiff, or the gears anyway. So I guess I can take off the motor and kind of look at the gears and see if there's anything going on there, because the elevator itself moves freely. This is a pretty massive, elaborate mech just to move a ball from a lower position to an upper position. One way or another, I gotta get this thing sorted out. Okay, I think I'm gonna run a little test first before I take off the motor. I found these schematics, and looks like it is in fact 12 volt motor. So I've got my 12 volt power supply connected to this thing. I don't know if I can do this one-handed. I should probably just grab my friggin' tripod. One moment. Okay, that's better. Another side thing worth noting is that this has a bit of a bend to it. And so did Pinball Friends on that video. You can see, like, do you think it was manufactured that way, or that's somehow just gets bent over time? I mean, I don't know. That's pretty thick metal, so I do not know about that. So let's see if it sounds like the motor's struggling when it's detached from the elevator. All right, let's see what happens here. That's moving beautifully. Look at that. That is completely free and clear. Now, let's reverse the direction. I think that's okay to do. Friggin' hope so. But I want to see if it moves freely in both directions. So let's try this. Okay, that leads me to believe that the motor is good, the gears are good, but maybe the bend in the metal is causing a little strain when this is connected. So I'm going to reconnect the elevator and we'll try again. Okay, elevator is connected. It's just that one screw. Let's see if we get any different behavior now. Say that works pretty effing good. Alright, let's switch leads again. And try again. Interesting. So it seems to work perfectly. It's a little hard to fix something that is working, so I'm not sure what to think about that. really did sound like it was struggling and very grindy and unhappy initially. So let me ponder on this and I'll report back. Okay, so I can't really fault this mech, but since I had it out, I did remove the little pin there and clean all those pivot points, and I cleaned up this pivot point as well. I thoroughly cleaned the opto in there and kind of cleaned up the bottom of this mech there. It was a little crusty. It's better than it was. And then I reflowed these headers. So I guess I'm just gonna install it, clean the optos that were attached to it here and here, and just remember which one goes where, and I don't know, just test it again, I guess. I can't really explain why it was struggling, but as long as it doesn't struggle anymore, then I will be happy. Alright, I'm getting sidetracked again. I noticed a tiny bit of worn paint. Nothing that a thick black paint marker can't resolve, or can it? Like, I'm struggling here. What's going on? There we go. And one more little piece over here. The whole like area's got a little bit of crackling paint, so if I don't cover it perfectly, then it'll just blend in better, really. But yeah, that's better. Also, I cleaned the two optos with rubbing alcohol, and I think while I'm back here, I'm gonna check on these flashers. What is there? 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Test them out and make sure that they are working. Alright, got the elevator reinstalled. Have a look at my handiwork. And look what finally turned up as well. I knew it would eventually. My 5 amp fuse that I dropped. Strangely enough, the screw that I took out of there does not want to go back in. Things are not aligned quite like they used to. So I'm not going to force feed it in there because it seems to be comfortable where it is. Alright, so what I'm going to do is reconnect the wires and give it another try. Okay, before I go ahead and turn this thing back on, I gotta remedy this where they hacked in those wires. It looks like they even added solder to the connector. So I'm gonna put on a new Molex housing there and some shrink tube, get rid of the bit of excess there and tidy this up first. Oh, and I almost forgot this connector here, which is very awkward. Can you see? Ooh, I think I got it. I'll have to double check that and make sure that is correct. How does that look? I think we're good. Okay, I'll tidy this up and be right back. Alright, I got this connector all tidied up. Got a new housing. We got a key in there. New trifuricon terminals, and I was able to cut the wire back enough so that I only had to shrink tube the black side. I cut off the junction on the red side, and let's connect this guy. There we go. So I think we're safe to try our elevator mech now. Alright, here's the big test. We'll turn it on and have a look and a listen. So here goes nothing. Uh-oh. Is that right? Kinda sounded a little grumpy there. Isn't the claw supposed to come out onto the left side? Thought I read that. Let's turn it off and on again and see if there's any different behavior. I think the elevator should go up and down once. Ooh. Okay. We definitely have an issue. The claw didn't move, elevator didn't move, and it immediately gave a credit dot. Let me guess. Okay, well. That really sucks. I had a bit of high hope for that. So, I must dig in deeper, I guess. Okay, so I was snooping around, and I don't know how this happened, but this connector here was literally inside of my housing, and I had to like feed it out, and I thought maybe that may have solved my problem. So then I turn the machine on. Let's see if the same thing happens. Oh shit, I keep bumping into that. One more time. And last time. Oh, jeez. How many times do you gotta try? Please stop. Thank you. So, what does it all mean? Good news is that the elevator is going up and down, and seemingly without struggling. So that's a good thing. I did run the claw test left and right. We're working. No problem. But I probably should have an error right about now. Let's see. Do I got a credit dot? Yeah. So check this out. Magnet broken. So that's a whole new issue. So I'm thinking that maybe my elevator issue is actually resolved, and now I got to move on to new issue, which is magnet. But I've seen the magnet work during my playtest game. So did I forget to connect something back up? Maybe it's that simple. I better double check my connectors and then throw a ball up there and see what happens. Okay, I think this is potentially good news. Check this out. I've got a connector that it looks like I marked and forgot to reconnect, but where the heck is the rest of it? Is this it? No? Okay. Let's see. This probably goes back. Well, where does it go? It goes over to here? Anyway, I'm thinking that is my issue, so I will find out where this goes, and then we might be in business, finally. Found another issue. Looks like I put this connector on wrong. I got, oh, wait a minute. No, actually, that is right. Okay, never mind. But I did find the other female side. It's way up in there. Where's my X on that one? Yeah, there's the X. Okay. Can you see that? Male and female now can reunite. All right, let's try this one more time. Hopefully this doesn't do its thing 10 times. Oh, balls are kicking out. Stop. Oh, that's good. Oh, that is not good. Hey, wait, it said there's an error, but there's no credit dot there. This is a false positive here. Yeah, nothing. I think we're good, boys and girls. Holy crap. Well, let's start a game. Okay, let's try that again. Launch the ball with my shiny new handle. And access claw. How do we access claw? Oops. There we go there. Light freeze. Quick freeze. Claw. Oh, that ain't good. What the hell happened there? Okay, well. Everything seems to work, except a bit of an alignment issue there. So I've got to sort that out before I wrap this video up. Okay, I haven't really been able to replicate the problem. So I'm not sure what was causing the jam there. But it seems to be good for now. And like I said, it's hard to fix something that ain't broken. So we're gonna call that a success until it happens again. And if so, then I'll dig into it further. But I think that's a successful run at, you know, some issues for today. Oh no, there's a credit dot. Oh, maybe it's probably just because I was cheating that right ramp. What's it gonna say? Like, right ramp, entrance switch, ramp diverter stuck open. Ah, yeah, I was cheating the diverter. Okay, so actually, no. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I think I just cheated that shot one too many times. So there we go. It was a success. And yeah, I'll keep on plugging away on the next episode. So if you enjoy, keep on watching.